Hey guys, it's Heather from Kell Plan, and in today's video, I want to set up more of our reading planner. So let's go to January, and let's start by filling out this page. So I went ahead and filled in my color coding based off the weekly spread that we did in the video the other day, and I wanted to go ahead and just have the color coding done. So in the past, we had that color coding on every page. Now we don't. So now it's like you can do it once a month and then just refer to those colors for the whole month. I feel like that's easier. I love using mild liner highlighters in my reading planner. I use them all the time. So I highly suggest grabbing a pair, because when I designed a lot of this planner, I designed it with the idea that you would be using highlighters to highlight things and check things off and color in books and rate books and all that kind of stuff. So I would highly suggest grabbing a pair of highlighters from your favorite highlighter supplier. I personally love the Zebra mild liners, but there's other good ones, like Sharpie has some good ones, and I don't even know who else has good ones because I love mild liners. But I'm just going to color in with this brown. I like to color in the bookshelf just to make it look more like a shelf. And then I'm going to grab my pen and I'm going to date this little habit tracker up here for January. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Okay, so we ended up not using this bottom row, which is good to know. But I am going to grab Dated Basics Volume 5. If you don't have this book, you really need it if you're going to be using undated planners like this one, because you're going to use it all the time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this divider, and I'm going to grab one that says January. And I'm going to put it on the tab. I personally like to date this planner as I go, because I don't know about you, but there's some months that I read a ton, and then there's some months that I don't read at all. And so I don't really want to date it for the whole year and then like not read at all in like February and have wasted a month. I would rather fill it in as the month is starting so that I know I'm going to use this planner this month. So I dated the tabs, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the big stickers back here, and let's color in like a 1, 2, 3, maybe right here. I like that these are paper and I can color them in. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to use these to number my reading goals. Okay, and then nowhere on here does it say January, which it doesn't have to, but one thing I love about this sticker book is we have these abbreviations for the month. So I can take this one that says Jan, and I can just put it right here. Jan monthly rates. And actually this font here is like the same size as this. So if I had used this one, it would have matched like perfectly. Okay, so we're going to come back to this page, but now we're going to go to our monthly view. So here, I'm going to go and grab, we'll grab this blue January, and we'll put it right here. And then I'm going to go to the monthly stickers, and we're going to use these to date our monthly view. because it's undated. Now you could just write in the dates if you didn't want to use stickers, but you know me and I love stickers. So I'm going to be using stickers. So this part is probably the part that takes the longest and is kind of like the not fun part of an undated planner, having to go through and date it. All right, I know y'all are probably like, Heather, are you still there? I'm still here. I just got really into dating and forgot to keep talking. And then y'all probably heard the baby crying. You're probably like, Heather, why do you have a baby crying? Your kids are older. My babysitter has a 6-month-old, I think is how old he is. Maybe 7 months. And she brought him today. So if you hear crying in the background, I apologize. All right. 18. I know this is like so boring, but I promise once we get through this part, it'll be much more fun. So, and you might be like, well, how do you use the monthly in this? Because you don't necessarily need to like track things. So I use it to kind of have like an overview of the books that I've read, which might feel repetitive because you're probably like, Heather, I'm writing the books down that I'm reading in like 7 different places in this planner, which is kind of true. But I like to see like an overview of how long it took me to read each book. So like, let's say I'm starting a book on the 1st. So I would put a box here and write the title of the book. And then I would draw a line over how many days it took me to read it. And then when I started a new book, I would do a box with the title, and then I would draw a line for how many days it took to read it. And then I have this monthly overview of the books that I read. And it's just a fun way to track it. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I tend to use these pages in my reading planner. You could also, if you find yourself not using these, you could take a tape runner and tape them together and just not even worry about it. That's a thing too. Okay, so I'm going to go to the monthly stickers because we do have some monthly stickers. I'm a little shocked here that the highlighter bled through because we have really thick paper. And I've honestly never had a highlighter bleed through on my planner ever with this paper. But this is a sample that my company sent me. So I'm wondering if they used different paper on my sample. But because it bled through, I'm just going to put a box sticker right here. And we'll figure it out. And then, so what I would do is I would put like here, let's just say the 1st, whatever book I'm reading on the 1st, write it in here and then draw lines. And then this will kind of kick me off. And I can fill in the others. And then I'm going to take, because we have this whole section in January that's just open, I'm going to take this big, because this actually fits across 4 boxes and we have 4 boxes. So it like is like the perfect place to put these books right here. So I'm just going to lay those down. Look how cute that is. And then I'm going to take this purple sweater and put it over here. And then that's pretty much all I need to do at the beginning of setting up this monthly, because everything else is going to be as I read, I will fill it in. And then we have our monthly reading list, and I've already set up the first week. So yeah, that's pretty much all I do to set up this planner. I could, because we didn't use this strip right here, I could come and grab like, this is technically so these that I showed you, these strips, these fit on the weekly books. They don't fit on these books. These books are different sizes, and so don't try and put it there. But it does fit like right here if you don't need that bottom row. And then I could hold this down and rip it. And then I can put the rest back in the book. Do use at a later time. But that's just kind of a fun way to fill that in. All right, so now my January is pretty much set up. I just need to set my goals, and then when January gets closer, start filling in my planner. So I love it. I'm obsessed with this planner. I can't wait to use it. I hope this gives you some ideas of how to set up the monthly pages. So yeah, if you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button, and happy planning.